And Robert, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Every week we get together, at least through 2020, to talk about success in ARIIX. And we now have a brand new company that's being formed around ARIIX to take it to even greater heights, I'm sure. So every single week we try to expand our mindset, and we invite top leaders to join with us every week. Today we're going to have, let's see, Amy, you're number 10, I think, on the list. Isn't that right? Amy Summers is number 10 on the Power Rankers list. And thousands of people who have been introduced to ARIIX in Canada and North America and Mexico, that you're looking at number 10. And there she is right there. Wave everybody, Amy Summers. Exactly. She's done something right. Her and her team have done something right. So our job today is to pick that brain and to figure out what was the system she used to get to this level of success. So Amy, I'm going to ask questions, and our group will ask you questions from time to time in this process. Just tell us basically how long you've been involved in ARIIX, and what made you decide you wanted to be in the top 25 of the entire North America?
No, right? Like, I'm so excited, Bob. Like, I mean, it's so exciting. So I've been with ARIIX for a little over 90 days. So not very long, not very long. So been in the industry for 8 years, and absolutely love this company. I could not be more excited to be here. Every day I wake up and I'm like, yes, I am involved with the best company ever. So I'm excited to be here. And I'm actually a little nervous, Bob. Like, I feel like I'm kind of like you ever watch Miss America where okay, judge number 2, what's your question? Like, I hope I do our viewers a good job today.
Well, what's your vision for world peace? That's what I really want to find out right now.
Right, Bob. Thank you. Yeah. Everybody needs to join this company.
There we go. Good answer. You win, Miss America. Good answer. So what's exciting is that if you've been only involved in ARIIX since 90 days, that you can go all the way to number 10 in 90 days. You're doing something right. So just tell us, what do you think that is?
Well, what I really think it is, Bob, is number one, we picked the right company. I believe that you can have great products. I believe you can have a great compensation plan. There's a lot of great companies out there, right? Networking, I mean, I wish ARIIX was the only one, but it's not. And I think the number one thing here that attracted me to this company was culture. I had the opportunity to meet Rick Redford and met Fred and Jeff and Mark. And what really attracted me to this company was that they had the members, the preferred customers, the new people looking at this company that truly, that they were being put first, and I trusted that. I believe before you can have a partnership with myself or with a company, that you have to know that you have trust.
Yeah.
So when I came over here, Bob, and I believe that you have to build trust with people. So if you say, what is the key to your success? I mean, I was only in one other company. I was in traditional sales before, and I had a great man tell me, and his name is Mr. Bob Peel Sr. You build relationships with people, and you find out who their spouses are, and you know the names of their dogs and their cats, and you find out what people's whys are, and really listen. God gave you 2 ears and a mouth for a reason, and you build trust and rapport, you will find success. And so I was excited to come here, and I knew I could trust these people. And so when you find that trust, you want to scream it from the mountaintops. I didn't have to question the integrity of this company.
So you were successful in your previous company?
I was. So I feel like I feel like Brent a little bit. I had Brent on last night on our team call, and I don't really like talking about myself, but yes, I was
Okay,
successful.
maybe I can talk about you then.
Okay, thank you.
So Amy and her husband Sean, I was going to give you a joke and say Amy and her husband Bill, but since you said get to know their husbands and their
Good.
Amy and her husband were uh, until Whitney and Jason came along, the fastest to get to one of the highest 2 ranks of anyone else in the company's history. And then someone that came along after and did it after them, but very, very successful. And might I add, extremely happy. Loved the product, loved the company, loved everything else. And then one day wasn't. So anyway, she was very successful.
So you had to make a change. You had to shift all of your attention to this brand new company. You had you had to shift your mindset, and that happened to me as well. For me, I was in another company and very successful in another company, and I had to start from zero.
Yeah.
Start all over again, and it was kind of scary, and for a couple of years was kind of scary, frankly.
Yeah.
But obviously, when we started with ARIIX, it was zero. There were no a rough few prototypes of some products, no sales, zero. Just 20 of us got together in a room in Las Vegas and decided, do we want to trust these guys and gals? You know,
Right.
Deanna was there, and Tim Sales was there, and then like 20 other people, and it was a company at zero. So you came into a company that was doing 200+ million.
Right.
What's your system? What system? What's your infrastructure? Like every week, like what do you do?
What do I do? Well, that's a great question, Bob. So I wanted to develop a system, and I started developing it actually at the company I was with previously. So what I wanted to do was develop a system, Bob, that worked for the masses. Okay. So I believe you have to work here, number one. So everybody listening, you know, it is networking.
Yeah.
So, but I wanted to develop a system that people could plug into and have quick success. I have a little training called Out of the Gate in 48. So, you know, I really want people from a business standpoint. I mean, we have our business people and our product users, but from a business standpoint, if somebody raises their hand and says, "Hey, I want to have, I want to share this," I developed a system that people could plug into. And so the system, and also from a product standpoint, so we have our product users out there, right, Bob? People
Sure.
that love our products, they love them. Okay. So I developed a system called Add, Tag, and Message. So I use an Add, Tag, Message group on Facebook, is the social media outlet that I use and that I have developed. So basically what we do, Bob, every day people are asking, well, actually the invitation comes in different forms, right? We're out there sending out an invitation, or an invitation may come to you that says, "Bob, oh my gosh, you look amazing. Have you lost weight, Bob?" You know, and Bob, who is brand new to networking, what I want Bob to do is I want Bob to have success, because Bob's like, "Oh no, you know, what would Amy," I don't want them to go, "What would Amy Summers say?" I don't want to say the wrong thing, you know? And then what Bob tends to do is like, "Oh my gosh, I'm involved with this company. It's called ARIIX." And I call it like puking on people. Like they throw up too much information. They're like, "Whoa, I was just asking you, Bob, how you lost that weight." And you know what, people are like, because they're so excited. It's not that they're doing anything wrong. Like they want to just. So I tell everybody, listen, if Bob's excited, say, "Bob," let's say I'm sitting we're sitting at work together, and you come up to me, or I come up to you and I say, "Bob, that you've lost weight." Bob, all you got to say at work is say, "Well, thank you, Amy. I'm glad that you noticed. I finally found something that worked." Well, what is it? Well, right now we're at work. This isn't the right time for us to dive into it, but let me add you to a group. I'm going to tag you in a quick overview video of a program that I did. And I'm going to send you a message, and I want you to tell me more of what you thought of that. You guys, anybody can do that. Okay. So Bob, that brand new person, I guarantee Amy Summers is going to be like, "Yes, Bob, add me to that group. I want to watch the video that helped you have success." And you are going to get a level of interest, right? Well, in that group, Bob, what we have in that group is we have people that are in there. So I am the administrator of that group. Okay, you can't just open up a Facebook group. So this is what I want people out there to know. Just don't think you can go open up a Facebook group and think this is gonna work, you guys. It takes every night I go live in that group right now I go live at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time and every night at 8 o'clock in the morning and at night. And so in that group are testimonies. There are people that are sharing their stories. There are people that are sharing, we have business stories. We have health and wellness stories. So let's say, Bob, you come to me and you come to me and you're like, Amy, how'd you like them? Be like, well, I watched the video and, right now, it's just not the right time for me. All right. Follow up, right? Follow up is the key. Well, guess what that group is? That's a virtual meeting going on nonstop. And guess where Amy Summers is sitting, right? I'm sitting in that group. And right now our group, it started with 7 people 90 days ago, and it has 3.7 thousand in it in 90 days.
Wow.
So yeah. So we've got people that are product users, business builders, and prospects. That's what we've got. So we've got people in there. That thing's like, so somebody this morning posted, I'm down 10 pounds. Okay. Well, I'm going to watch them. Like, man, there's another one. There's another one. There's another one. And then I go live in the group and I bring in, I had Brent in there last night. I run that group and you guys, it's powerful. So I wanted to put a system together that anybody could plug into, that could plug their people into, and they didn't have to know what the third ingredient is in the skinny drops or the slender ice or in our Magna Cal D. Just put them in the group. I've got a quick video in there that's going to help get their level of interest somehow. Get their level of interest. That's a long story, right? Sorry.
What's powerful about that is that anybody can do that.
Mm-hmm.
You're building. You can send any new team member that just joined, you send them to that Facebook group, don't you?
Yes, we
and
send them.
Have their people invite their people to come to that Facebook group.
Yes, that's what we do. We just build them. Because the other thing, Bob, okay, so you guys, and I get it. So I'm not saying I want you to do whatever system's working for you, but Bob, I remember the days 8 years ago driving, to doing at-home meetings and being in somebody's living room, and people would rather wash their cat than listen to some girl get invited to a living room meeting, right? But people will, we are in a world, what is everybody on right now? Especially with the world we're living in right now. This, right? We're all on a Zoom right now. You texted me this morning, yeah, I can get on a Zoom. If you would have said, Amy, could you come out? I'm like, no, I can't come out anywhere. I can't. And then we get that face-to-face interaction. Like you get to see people, you get to hear their excitement. Now it's not just, so like I just started a girl, for instance, a couple weeks ago. And, so within literally in 12 hours, she had 30 people added to that group. There were 30 contacts and 11 people signed up as product users and 3 people signed up with the pack. Boom. Okay. That's the power. If you know how to utilize the group. And of course I train more in depth on it, but we really, and that girl did not know anything. She just was using skinny drops and she's like, hey, and I'm like, okay, just add them to the group. I didn't have to spend all day training, Kelly on how to get people. Kelly's like, okay, I can add them to the group. Let the group do some of the work. Now, big key here, guys, is that does not replace getting on the phone. All right. You can't just add somebody to that group, cross your fingers and be like, man, I hope they see something that they like. All right. It is so important if you've added people that you follow up. The group is not going to make you money or help somebody get their health back if you aren't getting on the phone and listening to what their needs are. That is so important. It doesn't replace you. They still got to hear your voice, but getting on the phone with them is a little bit simpler after they've seen some success in the group, right?
There you go. So is it kosher to ask you what that Facebook group is? Is that?
So the Facebook group is called Transformers, is what I have. So it's for our team, and a lot of people have been asked to be a part of it. And you guys, I'm not, believe me, Rick knows how much I love people. I do. But we use it as an ad tag message group. So we use it to build our team. So there would be some confusion as far as like, hey, it is networking. So we're all on different. So I just don't want there to be Um,
Yeah, you wouldn't want anybody else that's not in your team to use this. But what we were just, it would be fun to just kind of get an idea of what it looks like.
yes, I would love to help train some people on how to develop that. I think that you just like, so our team utilizes transformers. So I don't have our team going out making their own groups. Otherwise that creates confusion.
Yeah.
And so we just utilize that one group. So I would be more than happy to help, educate on what I do in that group, but it would just be one per team, if that makes sense. If you get a whole bunch of them out there, people are like, okay, well, I'm in this one and I'm in this one. And then it loses its effectiveness. And then
somebody has to be the leader. So in this group, we'll have some orphans.
Yeah.
Some orphans who are going to go, how do I do this? And
Right.
I don't have an upline that's going to help me. And I don't have a downline yet. And so it'd be fun to just see how it's happening, because they would end up being like you. You started it from zero with 7 people, right?
7 people were in it. Yep.
So I know it's, I don't want to, get in the way of what you're doing. I'd like to just learn. So maybe right now, just in 5 minutes, like you go into Facebook and you have to become an administrator of your own group somehow, right?
Right.
Is that easy to do? Fairly easy?
Right. So anybody can start their own Facebook group, and there are some that are out there right now. So there are, like, I know that Brent has one. I believe Aaron and Ginger have a group. So if they just learn to utilize that if you could find that person, that's what you need to find, is the person that is committed to being the administrator in the group, that is committed to going live in the group, that adds good value, that adds good content. What I see so many times, Bob, is people will, because I get added to them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? This group is not attractive, and it's just what it is. If I would see, because these people get an alert every time something is posted in the group, and I'm in groups and from all different type. I mean, people add me to groups all the time. And I'm like, I don't even want to go there, because it's just going to be somebody selling me something, or it's going to be, there's not even any content. Like, the group is boring. It's just people in there. There needs to be valuable content being put into that group every single day. Okay. So the other group, Bob, that I started with the other company, just to give you an idea, 2 years. Okay. And this is how hard it was for me to walk away. 2 years, I did the same thing with this other company, 16,000 people in the group, 16,000. But this wasn't, it was engagement. So you've got to have somebody that is the leader. I hate even using that word, but somebody's got to be administrating into that group. Like right now, I'm going live in that group every morning talking about nutrition. That's what I'm talking about every morning. And when they see Amy Summers go live, there are thousands of viewers popping in saying, okay, I'm watching this.
Are you doing videos?
Facebook Live.
Facebook Live. How long do they last?
So in the morning, the ones I'm doing right now last 20 minutes. So you want to keep them short. People don't want to, because you also want people to watch the replay, right? So the ones that can't engage because of time zone or maybe they're at work or whatever the situation may be, I want people to see a Facebook Live because it stays in there. Okay. I want them to say, oh, that's 20 minutes. They'll watch that. If they see 45 minutes, they're like, especially a new person, I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that. Okay. At night, like tonight, Monday nights in that group is always Monday nights, and that group knows it. That's why it's so important to stick with one group, knows that it's Monday night opportunity night. So every night at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, myself or another leader will share the ARIIX opportunity with that group. So we will get people started.
And is the presentation that you give, is it only on Monday nights or is it every night?
Only on Monday nights. Is that
on Monday nights? Is it a PowerPoint presentation that you take them through? Yep. So it's standardized. Anybody in your team could walk somebody through that PowerPoint. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Now we have dozens and dozens of people on this call right now. Thank you, Amy, for being so transparent and just letting us ask you really these
sure, I love it.
Questions. Can all of you see why Amy is where she's at? Can you see she does this twice a day? She's into this Facebook group constantly. There's what else? What other part of the weekly infrastructure besides the Facebook group? Anything else you do? Any other calls, Zoom calls outside of the Facebook group? What's the rest of your infrastructure?
So outside of the Facebook group, okay? So Tuesday nights, so they know, everybody in the group knows something's going on at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. So Tuesday night is called TTT. Okay. So I put an acronym to it because you guys got to market yourself. It's got to be fun. So people are like, what's TTT? And it stands for Transformation Tuesday Testimony. Okay. TTT. All right. So Tuesday, so I will put inside the group, everybody go to my personal Facebook page, which is a public page. Okay. Now listen to this, you guys. Okay. Now any of you can do this, right? Okay. So go to my personal Facebook page, and I am going to share a live testimony from our Transformers group of somebody that's had a transformation, whether that's weight loss, whatever it is, you know, their excitement. Now, this is the beauty of this, Bob. So I'm on my personal Facebook page, right? And I'm having them share this testimony. And you guys can go see. Now that you can go see, just go through my timeline because that stays up. So I'm getting people engaged. And I always say, hit the share button. Okay, this is the power in this, you guys, because once you hit that share button, the reason why I do it on my personal Facebook page, once you hit that share button, that testimony, because I've opened up, so any of you actually could do it. So if you're like, hey, I would love to plug into a TTT of Amy Summers, well, great. On my Facebook page at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, you go hit that share button, that will pop up on your Facebook timeline. So everybody is going to see Amy Summers and her testimony that she has on there. And guess what people are going to do? I want more information. That is the key. You want people asking you, I want more information. Tell me more about this. And so we have people that'll send me, and at the end I say, get back with the person that added you, that is sharing this transformation with you tonight, and they will give you more information how to get started. Now, our Transformers know that they're going to get added to the group. They know when somebody says, hey, Bob, I want more information. Great. Let me add you to a group, tag you in a video, and I want you to shoot me a quick message when you watch that video, or I'll shoot you a message. Okay. The other thing, Wednesday night, so we have coaches. Wednesday night is locker room talk. People need motivation. We need some brightness in the world, some lightness in the world. So right now I have a fabulous man by the name of Coach Jason Johns. We are great friends, you guys, and he is a head football coach, literally. And I am telling you, when you hear him talk like you are ready to go, you are like, yes, let's do this. We're fired up. And he does that on Wednesday. And then Thursday is Dr. Ginger night. And I bring her in on Thursday nights. And
is she your upline? Is she your upline?
Yes, she is my personal sponsor.
Awesome.
Yes. Okay. So I get to use her. So
Well, every Thursday night at 8 Central?
Yep.
And how long does it usually go?
20 minutes.
20 minutes?
No.
Everybody links it. Is it on Facebook or is it on a Zoom?
In the group, because we want to, sometimes that can get kind of, when we talk about products, like
Any other days of the week?
No other days of the week. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm off. So Monday through Thursday, I'm live in that group. Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm sure that some of you got some questions for this top leader, this power ranker. Well, so if any of you'd like to ask her a question, please jump in. Isn't this amazing? Can you just see why she just has done so well? 3,500 people in 90 days. Unbelievable. Yes, Rick, you had a question?
Yeah. Do you want me to unmute the lines? Yeah. I have everybody muted, so
they can unmute themselves if they want to.
They can't. I'll tell you what. I can allow that though. I'll allow that. So go ahead if you want to unmute yourself. Yeah.
All right. So Amy's the best leader. Good. Sounds like amazing. So any questions you have for Amy? I'm going to let you have a question or two. I've got some other questions, but I want to make sure everybody had an opportunity if you wanted that. You could unmute yourself and ask it, or you can just put it into the chat.
I have a question, Amy.
Yes.
So my name is Vivian, and this may be very basic, but when you say tag, I know how to tag on Facebook, but when it's you're sharing a video, how is it that you tag?
Okay, that's a great question, Vivian. Nice to meet you. So, so in the group, there's a video in there that I suggest that people is the very first. That's the very first thing I want them to see, and it's pinned at the top of my group. Okay, so when anybody gets in the group, that's the very first video. So, so in the comments, you would tag. So once they're added to the group, so Vivian, let's say I was going to add you to the group. All right, so I would add Vivian to the group. You would accept my invitation, and then I would just type your name in the comments, and then you're going to see that tag. And I'm going to say,
so adding the name is a tag?
yes.
Okay.
So when you type in their name, that's a tag. So, because like, have you ever been tagged in something before where they're like, oh, and they type in your name, and you're like, it pops up and it says so-and-so has tagged you in something. So, and I always write Vivian Marcedo. Is that how you say your last name?
Mercado.
Mercado, Vivian Mercado. And I say, start here. And then you watch that video. And actually the video that I have is just a 4-minute video. You will watch a 4-minute video. So very, very short. And it's just going to be enough to be like, oh, well, I want more. Tell me more. So that's the tag. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. Thank you so much.
You're
You
welcome.
want everybody on your team to send everybody to that 4-minute video? Is that what you're saying?
Everybody watches that 4-minute video, no matter if they're interested in, and I'll tell you the video that I use. It's available. The video that I use is Dr. Ginger. It's called What's in Your Transformation Pack. Okay. Why I like that video, and this is just my opinion. Okay. Why I like that video. Well, number one, she's my sponsor, so that does make sense. But but it shows her credibility, like it does a media highlights reel on Dr. Ginger. So it's not Amy Summers, farm girl from Western Kansas, telling somebody how awesome these products are. It's Dr. Ginger. And they give a little bit of her bio up front, been on the Dr. Oz show, author, you know, so on and so forth. And then she just highlights some basic products, like some daily basics that are very popular: Slender Eyes, MOA, the shakes, RestoreX, and Rejuvenex. Well, those are, and everybody basically can get started on that and have a great transformation. So based on the level of interest, so if Vivian was tagged and Vivian's going to say, oh my gosh, you know, I'm really interested in starting, I'm still engaging with Vivian. My key is to learn as much as I can about Vivian. Vivian, tell me about yourself. You know, what are the health goals you're wanting? And so Vivian's going to start talking, and I'm going to start doing a really good job of listening. This is me. This is a time to shut up. I know that may be a bad word, but that's what my daddy always told me. Just shut up for a second. And I talk a lot. So I want to hear what Vivian's going to tell me. Vivian's going to say, Amy, I want to, maybe it's lose weight, or I deal with migraines, or I've got allergies. I mean, she's going to tell me. But in the meantime, she may tell me, man, my husband just lost his job with COVID. We just lost our job. We are struggling right now. Holidays are around the corner. And I'm going to, the next thing I'm going to tell Vivian, I'm actually going to tag you in another video. It's our opportunity video. And then that's the second video I would tag her in. So she sees the full opportunity.
How long does that last?
20 minutes.
20 minutes opportunity video. Who does that?
Aaron and Dr. Ginger.
Oh,
And that is a pre-recorded video. And the reason why I have Aaron and Dr. Ginger on that video is because they are my business partners. And I think it's very, very important that you edify your partners. That is our partnership. That's who we are plugging into. And I want people to see them. So it's actually a pre-recorded video that I will tag Vivian in. That will be her second exposure.
and so you have a kind of a go-to product series of videos you'll take people through, and you'll have a go-to opportunity series. Do you, is there just the one with Aaron and Ginger for opportunity?
Yes.
20 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
And that's enough.
That's it.
That's all you need to say.
You get too much.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, and they don't want to watch that many videos. You guys, 3 videos max. Sometimes if somebody's interested, like in Slender Eyes, if somebody just wants some more, like I might tag them. I mean, Dr. Ginger does go, we do have videos where she has gone in depth on specific products. But generally with those two videos, they're interested in the products and they've seen, and on the opportunity video, of course, we're going over the products again. And then Aaron hits on the business side. So, you know, and then my goal is to get them started where they need to start, not where I need to start. That's another key. Not, oh my gosh, I need 1,500 points this week so I can hit manager. I need to start Vivian where she needs to start. And you guys, they can hear a salesman through your voice. I'm telling you, don't do that. Do not do that. You listen to Vivian. If Vivian's like, Amy, I will give them, we have 3-pack options. I will do what's best for Vivian. I promise you. I won't sell her 1,000 points just to hit manager. I won't do that.
How do you find cold leads for you? How do you find people so you can send them to watch that video?
Right. So again, you guys are gonna be like, oh my gosh, she must just be social, but I do use social media. Okay. You guys, and it can be any platform. Like there are people that use Instagram. There are people that use Twitter. There are people that use LinkedIn. Yeah. There are people, my thing is Facebook. Okay. That's just me. Okay. And, so I will do my page. Make sure you got to have a public page. You cannot have a Facebook page that's private. Otherwise you're never going to get a cold lead ever. So I will do attraction marketing posts. So Bob, you can go look at the other day. All right. I just put on my Facebook and I intentionally turn the can around. Okay. I never show them the name, never. And and it's a picture of me. Okay. So, and it's not that I want people to see me, but I want them to see my excitement. And I'm like loving my afternoon go-to snack. And I'll be like, collagen protein, accelerated weight loss. And I will space it out. Like I make my posts very spaced out. Like they're not looking like they're reading a paragraph. It's bullet points. Like they're seeing collagen protein, which is a buzzword right now, accelerated weight loss, appetite control. And guess what people are doing? What is it? I'd love to share with you what it is. Let me add you to a group. I'll tag you in it. And that's I do the same thing myself. So I use and you would not believe. Now, the key, if you're going to use Facebook, if you have 150 friends, you guys got to up your Facebook posts. Okay. So I also do some trainings actually, I just posted in the group and I'll be more than happy to share this with you guys too. You know, you got to up your friends list if you're going to use Facebook. You've got to engage on posts. Okay, to get your algorithm up, because Facebook can be kind of tricky. You want your algorithm to be up in the Facebook world. Like I'm maxed out on my friends list. Well, how can I get 5,000 people to engage with me? All right, because I'm not seeing 5,000 people's posts, right? By wishing them happy birthday in their Facebook Messenger, not on their profile. Get in their messenger box. All right, requesting friends. All right. You guys need to request friends. I mean, if I could accept you, but get around, you need to get request friends, because guess what? A friend of somebody, you guys, you don't know. Somebody may, some 10th cousin once removed. I don't know. It pops up, you guys. Like people will be like, because even when I go Facebook Live on Tuesday, people were like, you just popped up in my feed. Like, where'd you come from? You guys, and it does. And guess what? They're like, what are you doing? You look fabulous. I'd love to tell you what I'm doing. Let me add you to a group. That is just, that is so simple, right? You guys, anybody, if somebody says no, they don't want to be added to a group, you probably don't want to, right? Next. I always go next, okay? 99.9% of people will be like, sure, Bob, add me to your group. Yeah.
This sounds like a lot of fun. Do you ever spend money on Facebook ads?
Never.
Never.
Nope. I've built 2 groups and never have spent a dime. I've never charged a dime for my services either. Like some people, you guys, I've seen this too. I'm going to start charging a fee for you to be in this group.
Yeah.
Don't do that. I guess that's my opinion. I don't want to tell people what to do, but I'm here to help people grow. I just don't agree with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So how many, do you have, you have 2 pages, don't you? One's your personal page and the other one's your kind of your marketing page?
So my personal Facebook page is Amy Summers. And that's the other thing, you guys. So about 3 out of, I always tell everybody on your personal page, let people know who you are. Okay. Your personal page. If I go to your personal page, I want to know who Vivian is. Okay. So I'm gonna be like, oh, Vivian, she's got 3 kids. Oh, I can tell she loves sports, so on and so forth. And then if I keep going, then boom, I'm going to see an attraction marketing post. Oh, what's Vivian doing? Because I want to fall in love with Vivian. I want to know who this girl is. Now, let me tell, in my opinion, okay, this is just my opinion, but if I get on Vivian's Facebook page, it's like, oh my gosh, Trump, Biden, I mean, you guys, okay. And I'm not saying, you guys, I'm not going to tell you one way or another. I mean, you guys, I'm going to tell you, or if you're just like all this ranting and raving and airing dirty laundry, I'm going to look at Vivian and go, whoa, Vivian, huh? Because they want to partner with somebody, right? These people are looking for an answer. And we're like, dude, Vivian's just all concerned about this, whatever it is, But if I see, oh, Vivian, oh my gosh, this girl, look at her. She's pretty. She's attractive. Oh my. So if you go to my Facebook page, you'll see me doing TikToks because that's who I am. I'm a crazy girl. Okay. You'll see me posting about my kids. I love my kids. I love being a mom. But then you're going to scroll down and you're going to see, oh, what's she drinking? What's she drinking? How does she have all the energy to keep up with those kids? It must be in that blue can.
You've been saying attracting marketing. So
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
So attraction marketing is different than selling. So I see a lot of people on Facebook that they're posting their link. Hey, help me out. I only need 3 more things to hit my quota. I just want to cringe every time I see that. Like, I'm so close to hitting my goal. Click on my link and purchase from me. I'll see people that you're like, just they're selling. And nobody likes being sold to. I bet everybody, the 56 people that are on here, don't like going and buying a car. Everybody hates being sold to, but the other thing is people love to buy. So you've got to know the difference, right? So attraction marketing is sharing about something that you are excited about, not selling it. And there's a difference. There is a difference. No links, okay? No sharing of your products, of your name, just sharing what your result has been and what's happening. So making that product attractive for somebody to want to buy, not you selling somebody something. Oh, today's buy one, get one free. Okay. You will not see that on my Facebook. I will not do that. Now, in the group, I will. You darn right, in that group, because there are current product users sitting in that group, right? Like we have preferred customers and they find value. So I will, within the group, say, oh my gosh, right now, you guys, guess what? It's free enrollment. So the group is different than my personal Facebook page. Does that make sense?
Because they've qualified themselves.
Correct.
And watching your video.
Correct.
So a couple of final questions here. Is there a quick video for Lucime products? A 4-minute intro. Do you use, it's brand new, these Lucime skins care. Do you have anything you send them to?
Right. So if Lucime, so we do. So if somebody is interested in the Lucime skincare, I don't know if there's a video, but I had Dr. Ginger and I did a 20-minute training on the full line of Lucime. So if corporate has one, we would love that from corporate to go over each of those. But so I have a video and do the same thing. Let me tag you in a video with my business partner, Dr. Ginger, and she goes over the whole line. So yes, great question.
When you put people in the group and they never do anything, do you eventually remove them?
No, never, ever, 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 ever remove a member unless they are poaching. Okay, I have 0 tolerance for this, okay?
Yeah.
Poaching, okay? If I find out somebody poached somebody in that group, because I want that group, that's why I'm really picky about who's in there.
Yeah.
Because as the administrator, so I can see, Robert, that you added Vivian to the group. So if Vivian would say, hey, where do I go to order? And old Rick Redford goes, hey, contact me. Okay. All right. I'm booting Rick out because I can immediately go in there and look at Vivian's name and see that Robert added him. And I will send Rick a message. Thank you. You are now out. That's it. I mean, I don't even say thank you. You're blocked out. You can't even get back in. I never remove anybody that has shown any type of level of interest, because sometimes it's just a matter of timing.
Yep.
It could be, I've had people in that other group that I had, Bob, that sat in that group for 2 years, and it was Joe's testimony that they popped on, that they watched, and they're like, okay, I'm ready to start. Or who knows, or they wake up one morning and they're like, you know what? I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I've been watching you for years. I had that happen all the time.
Yep.
So unless they're
How
doing
much time do you spend on your personal Facebook page every day?
on my personal Facebook page every day. So I try to make my posts first thing in the morning so people can watch it throughout the day, whether that's a personal post or a business post. And then I have my phone next to me. So I do watch, like I will watch notifications. So if I see somebody has commented on something, you darn right, I'm opening that up because that's my business. So I'm gonna be like, oh, Joe wants more information. So I add them. Now, am I this? Oh, Vivian, oh my God. Sean, Vivian, did you see what happened to Vivian today? Vivian, oh, she is, it looks like she's pregnant. Oh my gosh, Vivian, I am not a Facebook scroller. I do not do that. I use this for business and I treat it like a business. You can go down a rabbit hole if you start being like, oh boy, oh, Rick Redford. That boy, oh boy, he's been gone from his wife all weekend. What has he been doing? You know, do not know. I only use it for business. Yeah.
All right. And then every day, twice a day, into your Facebook group.
Oh, that I'm very, yes.
8 in the morning and 8 at night?
Right now, yes.
4 days a week.
Go ahead.
4 days a week.
Right. Now, the 8 in the morning, I do 5 days a week. And the reason why I'm doing that right now, Bob, is so I have a program called TransformX. It's a 28-day program that I help. Rick has been so awesome letting me bring that here and innovating that. So we're on a challenge right now, a 28-day challenge, and we're all on day 14. My job is to educate people why the program. I just don't want to put somebody on a program, or even if it's not. And for those of you guys out there that don't know, and they're like, what's this program? Slenderize is basically the same thing. It has its own program.
Yeah. The
last thing you want to do is put somebody on a program and be like, again, good luck.
Yeah.
Let me know if this thing's going to work for you.
Yeah.
But I got to find a way, but it's really hard as a people, right, Bob? Even me, I find enough time in the day to do that. So what I do in the morning for 20 minutes is kind of give them the why. Like, okay, this is why you're doing this. This is why the approved food list. This is why so I have a topic that I talk about and I try to stick to that 20 minutes. And then they're like, oh yes. Like today I talked about sugar and I talked about their harmful effects and where the hidden culprits are. It's not in sweets and desserts. I told them, did you know that the average American consumes 6 full-size candy bars and processed food and refined carbohydrates every single day? That's a fact. So I told them today, it's unlikely that the average American would put 6 full-size candy bars in front of them and not worry about the effects on their health. Yeah. So I got people going, what? What? Tell me more, and it gets them excited about, and I'm like, now we're on day 14 of this program. Now do you understand why we're doing what we're doing? Because I want them to be successful beyond the 28 days.
Got it.
I want them successful.
So is your 28-day program involved in this inside your special group?
Yes, but I share that program that anybody can have. You want that program? I will gladly send you that program. That is, I wanted to bring that here. That is my passion.
What link would they go to, Amy, to find that out?
we'll send it to Rick. How about that?
Oh, very
Or
good.
I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, Rick's good.
Yeah. So, and it's just, you just print it out. It's just, it's a guided 28-day program. We show you what to do step by step.
Oh, that's so kind of you to share that with us, Amy. You have been a fireball of fun and energy and excitement. And so we're just, no wonder you're number 10. You're aiming for number 1. I can see.
I am aiming for number 1. Some people are on my tail. Like, yeah.
Oh, say, well, Rick, I'll turn it back to you. Rick, you know, we 45 minutes into this. Thank you, Amy, for agreeing to do this morning when I invited you, and you were so generous to share your time with us. Thank you. We love you.
Oh.
We appreciate that so much.
The pleasure is mine. You guys, thank you so much for asking me. I'm humbled and blessed to be a part of this amazing team. And Bob, you are, I mean, amazing. Rick and everybody here. So I just want to be here to help people succeed. It doesn't matter what teams we're on. I know the Transformers group, you guys, please know my heart. That is not, but I will share my ad tag message. I'll share the guide. I'll share whatever. I will help you build your own. So we're all in this together, and I want to learn from all of you. So that's what this is all about. So thank you. I'm humbled to be on.
Thank you, Amy. Hey, Rick, turning it back to you.
Thank you. Absolutely.
That was fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you, Amy. And I will say that I hope all of you were listening really intently, because there are a few things that Amy did that, you know, might be out of range for some of you in the very beginning just because of what she brought to the table, but 95% anybody listening in could do. That's the beauty of it, is constructing your own program and having an upline Dr. Ginger. That's kind of unique to Amy. But everything else, the programs are out there. There's a Slenderize program. You could do the same thing with the Slenderize program. So, but what she talked about is so awesome. And the first thought I had, was Amy treats this like a business. How many times have you heard, and I know I'm looking at Valerie and Vivian, you were both there this weekend. How many times did you hear, if you treat this like a hobby, you're going to have hobby income? And maybe even cost you. That's what Anthony said. Anthony, I know you're on here. It might even cost you, like a hobby cost you. But if you treat it like a business, you see what she said about scrolling down? I loved the way you approached that. Because don't we do that a little bit, all of us. It's like, what? I didn't realize Amy was pregnant. Holy cow. And so, I mean, we all fall into that a little bit. But if you keep on task and you treat this like a business, you can have the same sort of success that Amy has. And Amy, congratulations. You know my next response. It's a great start.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to end the recording. Unmute all the lines. Everybody can express your